This is the Negro Ninja, and today I'm going to tell another simple story that pretty much affirms many points I've already made about how principalities, all right, and how they target certain individuals, all right, and how this also applies to these hoes, all right. So basically, I had to get an ID at a job, all right, when I was new. And me and this other dude had to get an ID at the same time. We started roughly at the same time, okay. And the HR lady comes to get us, all right. And we go up to the floor where she's going to take our pictures at. And we have to wait at a door. Okay. Now, this scenario where we wait at the door is a good opportunity to tell you the comparison between me and this dude. Okay. I am black. All right. And my demeanor is very serious and straightforward and cool. Okay, just very professional. I stand up straight. I speak with an authoritative tone. Hey, how you doing? Okay, just professional, just alert. I walk like I am on a mission. All right, and I'm just waiting at the door, ready to go through that door and just tackle whatever the heck is supposed to be done. As for the guy that went up there with me, he about the same height. He's light skinned. Okay, he's a little older. He has the receding, all that type of stuff. All right, and he's scrawny. All right, and his demeanor, when we was sitting at the door waiting, it was like, no headphones by the way either, just just not really thinking about much. It seems like it just there, just whatever. Okay, and as soon as we enter that door, that's when all this stuff starts. That's when the game start. Okay, and the HR lady basically tells me to go first, and as we walking, I'm the one in front anyway, following right behind the HR lady. And she knew my name, Negro Ninja. How about you first? Okay, and I sit at the seat where the picture's going to be taken. However, I was not aware of, how it was going to be taken or whatever. All right, until she took the first picture and it was technical difficulties. And it took quite a bit of time for her to fix it. Okay, and then when, she worked quick anyway. And, it just didn't work the first few times she tried to take the picture. All right, a little before that, okay, she had to tell the dude to get out of the picture unless he wants to be in my ID. Now, I'm not really knowing what's going on until I kind of see what she's looking at on her computer, and everything's small. I was like, oh, I see him. I see him. Okay. And this is deep right here. All right. So she eventually gets it to work. Okay. And when she finally takes the picture, she shows me how the picture looks. And, I get to see how big the picture is and how poorly framed and how bad the lighting is. Okay. And I said, oh, that's not a good picture. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm a cropping and all this. I'm like, yeah, but it's just, can we just get the shoulders and all this too? Oh, honey, it's just like your driver's license. It don't matter and this, that, and this. Who cares about the ID or whatever? I take it bad on purpose. Okay. Now she said that, she repeated, I take it bad on purpose a few times. Okay. And I'm going to continue the story. Okay. So she's talking all this type of stuff about how it don't matter, how it's like a driver's license, who looks at IDs, etc. She don't care about her license. Okay. And as she's talking, I just, I'm looking at myself on the picture, on the camera, and I can see myself moving. I was like, hold up. Okay. So the camera was basically on a Kleenex box, and it was a Logitech cam. Okay. And I had time to really think because I'm just there for a little while anyway. And I decided to position the camera and move it to where I'm better framed, something like this, the whatever. It looked more respectable on the ID versus how she had it. Okay. And I was like, I just didn't like the way the face was shaped. I said, it's the little fish lens effects. I don't like the fish lens effect. She had like she ain't understand what I was talking about. Okay. So by the time I position the camera and get it to where I think it looks good with the lighting, is as good as it can look right there with the lighting, she tells me to move so the next person can show up. Okay, now prior to this, I forgot to tell y'all, before I sat down, she told me to sign a paper and basically write such and such on it from my ID. Okay, and there's two sheets of paper right there, and there's a pen, there's a paper here, paper there, a pen there, a pen there. I do all that, and all this happened. So by the time I get the camera fixed up the way I want it, she basically says, you don't get another picture. Next. Okay. And I basically move out the way. I know not to be in the camera and all this type of stuff. Okay. And she tells him to basically sign the paper or whatever. So he picks up the paper and the pen that I had, and he was about to write his name on that. She said, no, use this one. Get this pen, get that paper. Oh, okay. Okay. And she has to guide him on where to go, basically. Okay, and he sits down, and then she snaps it, and it's a good picture. I said, dang, I set him up for a real good picture. Okay. And then she said, oh, this is nice. Do you like it? Okay. And I felt this if she was trying to get a reaction from me, and she was, because I deal with passive aggressive shit a lot, so you can just tell. All right, so and I was debating on whether or not I was gonna respond to it. I'm like, let me just think of whether or not I should answer this. I wait a few seconds. It was quite a bit of time for that scenario. I'm like, it's probably over 5 seconds. And she was talking or whatever. And then another pause came. I said, so you was gonna let him retake that picture if he didn't like it when you told me that that I couldn't do it? Oh no. He only get one, talking like that and stuff. Okay. But here's another thing to take note of. Every time she was speaking to me, she was talking to me in a manner as if she wanted nothing to do with me. Like, yeah. Okay, yeah. Like that and stuff. Every time she spoke to him, she spoke to him in a flirtatious manner, and she was very extra with it. Okay. Very extra with it. All right. Now, let's go back and look at some points. Okay. All right. I didn't know what the hell was going on when I took the seat. Okay, I was wondering where the camera's at. I see this little ass camera. Then by the time I figured out which angle or position the picture took, I didn't like it. So I positioned myself better. Okay. And I actually liked that frame, but I had to move. Okay. This represents a few different things. Okay. You just trying your hardest at something, you don't quite understand what's going on. Then when you figure out how it works, it's game over. So it's somebody else's turn, because that's what the heck happened. It's not that it was just over by chance. It's just that it seemed that way, like it just like, hold on, why did this happen? I was about to accomplish this, and then this happened. Okay, then somebody else comes and they get benefits from the fruit of your labor. You can just be doing something, you innovating in what you're doing, you discovering new things, you get refined, you know exactly how you want it. You just, you're a trailblazer. Okay. And it just doesn't work out, only for somebody to just learn from what you're doing and don't even really do it right, and just it's a pale imitation. Okay. And don't even give a fuck about the things that he accomplished from your hard work. Didn't even want it. And he got it. Just like how I gave a fuck about taking a good picture, but I had a bad picture still. He sat down and ain't even thinking about nothing. Didn't even want a good picture. Didn't give a fuck about a good picture, but he got one. And he would have got another one if he said, oh, I don't like this one. Let me try it again. Let me turn this way. She just would have did that. Okay. Now, this represents a lot of stuff I be talking about. I would usually say that superior versus inferior or whatever. All right. But in this case, it can represent that. Okay. Because I'm a thinking man with a lot on my mind. And I'm always thinking about, stuff that the average person don't think about. That's how a lot of intelligent men are. We always got something on our mind. This dude represents the person that's just walking around, just not thinking about nothing. And they say the devil's playground is the idle mind, or however the saying goes. Okay. And that right there is just deep. Okay, because when I was instructed to do stuff, I did it correctly. I just did exactly what I needed to do. Okay, she had to guide him on what to do. He was about to grab my paper and sign it. She said, "Oh no, you go over here. No, get out the camera." Okay. Now, what makes the camera part with him being in the camera deep is this right here. You in a scenario, okay, and the only person that sees this is the chick. Like you don't know where you standing. You in this picture, you didn't even see it. There was another dude in the picture the whole time, but she saw it all. Okay, I didn't even notice it until she looked at whatever she was looking at as she said, "Oh, get out the picture, unless you want to be in his ID." Very deep, and it was already an ugly frame right then and there when she was saying all this. Okay, and then when I figured out how these things was working and positioned myself better, just like you dealing with a chick. Ooh, okay, I figured it out. I got the right angle now. Now, we should go to the next level. Or it could just be you trying to work your way into the pussy, however, whatever the hell your goal is. And then all of a sudden it ends. I'm like, hold on, what the hell just happened? Why did this end so abruptly? No resolution. And you never really gonna get a resolution with a lot of chicks. That's just how they are. Okay, because they're swindlers. Okay, just like the woman in this situation right here. Now, another reason why this is deep is because she's HR. And there are many demons associated with HR anyway. Okay, there's supposed to be justice, this balance. Okay, and that's kind of ironic because they usually have the woman as the blind justice. Okay, and there's a reason why it's a woman because there is no justice. Okay, only people that's just, I mean, that gets their just, hold on, that gets just what they want is the people that's doing the evil doing, the wrong. Okay, or those that have no means to do anything helpful. Okay, because if you go to HR trying to get somebody that wronged you in trouble, chances are you're going to end up in trouble. Whatever happens, you're going to end up in a worse situation. Okay, nigga, I have gotten in trouble with HR at a job that I have not even worked before. Okay, you can't make this up. That's some crazy shit. That's how you know HR is just designed to attack certain types of people. Okay, and speaking of this scenario, I forgot to mention this here. Okay, in a professional setting, okay, when you're dealing with a woman, she's either gonna be two things, one or two things. She's gonna be a woman. No, she's gonna be professional, or she's gonna be a woman. And she was a woman in this situation. Okay, as you see with all these spiritual attacks that she was doing right here. Okay, talking to me like she wanted nothing to do with me. Hey, yeah, it ain't that big a deal, honey. I take the pictures bad on purpose. Okay. And she told, I promise you, she said that at least 2 or 3 times to me. She said that to me, even when I was saying, so you was going to let him get another picture if he wanted one. No, it's just like a driver's license picture. I don't care about my driver's license picture. When you ever had a good one? When you ever seen one? I said, I've seen some good ones before. Well, honey, I take it bad on purpose. Then I just had to stop and think about what she was saying. Okay. At first, I'm trying to process it. I'm like, she's saying that she take hers bad on purpose. Then I realized she was saying, no, I take yours bad on purpose. Now she's the HR woman and she represents the principality, just like the whore does in particular, which, she's a woman in the scenario. So you already know what time it is. Okay. Just like the woman exalting, low level dudes up. Okay. And once again, I'm not taking a shot at the dude in this scenario. I'm just talking about what this story represents. He's not thinking about nothing, didn't care about nothing. He got everything. Okay, just like you being in a relationship with some of these chicks. Okay, a relationship is only as serious as you don't take it with a chick. Okay, you either doing something or she doing something. And when you doing something, nigga, you doing everything. And that's how she gonna see it. Well, you want to do something, nigga, you doing everything and you ain't getting shit. Okay. Oh, you ain't doing shit, I'm doing everything. And you fisting to get everything. And that whole scenario could just represent, I don't know if I said it in this draft. You doing all this stuff, you innovating, you making scientific discoveries, and you making it this far, you just don't reap what you sow. But the next person that comes up ain't do shit, be a pale imitation, get everything, don't even give a fuck about what he got. But he got it. Okay. Nigga don't give a fuck about this bitch he in a relationship with. Don't give a fuck about how far they go, but he already there. Very crazy stuff. Okay, then you see the spiritual attack. She trying to make me low-key jealous in some type of weird, unprofessional way. I'm like, because everything she was saying to me sounds like she didn't want nothing to do with me. Everything she said to him was overly flirty. She was extra with it. Okay, when we was telling her bye, hey, have a good one, I said, she was like, whatever. And then when he said, she says, bye. Okay. And I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, why, like, what are you trying to accomplish? Okay. And I know I look good, but I know I wasn't treating her bad or nothing. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think this woman looked like. Okay. I want y'all to give y'all most detailed description of what y'all think this lady looked like in this scenario. Okay. And this chick was acting like I was a high school crush that dissed her back in the day or something. That shit was just weird. Okay, and just like dealing with people, well, not people in particular, but just dealing with narcissists. You always in some type of battle that you don't know about. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm just here. I'm just minding my own business, trying to just go through them. Well, not really going through the motions, but I was thinking about the things as I was going through it and doing it correctly. And that rubbed it the wrong way. Okay, you see people, they don't want to support you. You rubbing them the wrong way. You ain't do shit to them. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. But something about you, let me just exalt the next person. Okay, let me just give this person his due rewards, even though he ain't do shit. You have to just be around people, okay, and when it comes time to give props, they give it to everybody but you. They just go out their way to ignore everything you do. Like you could be at a job, like some of the worst type of jobs is jobs to where they allow the associates to recognize others. Okay, I remember this one job I was doing, and I was like, oh, you get a safety reward, you get this cleaning reward, you get this. I'm like, okay, every time I was doing something, they was telling me shit like this. Dang, he really trying to clean that, ain't it? Dang, he really safe in it. That's how that was. But when somebody else did something, oh, you deserve a safety bonus. Here's a sticker. And you get enough stickers, you get a reward or something. And every time, like I said, every time it was me doing something, they either ignored or just say I'm overdoing something, but they never gave me shit. Ridiculous. All right. Bitches are the word, and the world is a bitch. Bitches are spiteful. People are spiteful. You make people feel less than what they are. Okay, because they are. Otherwise, they wouldn't feel. So whose fault is that? That's their fault, not yours. But you can't tell them that, and they still try to punish you for it. All right, and I guess that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.